Okay, so I've taken the recurve bow and I have cut down the angles on it. So that has been brought in. Now that there's still more work to be done there. I've also refined the angles a bit on the handle where I want them, just to smooth them out a bit, and really sunk into the grip and rounded out the finger grip a bit so it fits perfectly over my bone. So when I'm shooting straight with this, it's going to come right down the arrow shelf. Bang. Now, what I've also done is I've drilled in the back. There we go. I have to line that up with the camera. For the hardware mechanisms, which the bolts then thread into to hold the ILF risers in place. Then I've taken 2-part epoxy and mixed it in with the dust from the shavings and the sandings of the U-wood. So that gave me a nice U-wood colored filler. So I brought that in. Now this is going to be taken down, that's going to be taken down lots. So that'll be shaped out. And then on this side, I've also filled in a little bit where I had to offset it to get the hardware wouldn't line up perfectly. This is my first shot at building a takedown recurve, and unfortunately on this limb, if you can see here, I had a little bit of fill I had to do when I got the angles to align properly. So that kind of sucked. I wanted that bumped up there for measurement's sake. I really don't think it's going to affect the end product at all. We'll find out. And this one I forced some in, although there wasn't any gappage there. I just wanted to force in. And then I took some cyanide. I'm probably pronouncing that way horrible, butchering it. But basically crazy glue. And I ran a bead of crazy glue all the way along my plates. I had a slight crack in my U-wood, and I was filling that anyway, so I just thought I'd run some along my plates. So now I need to do a bunch of cleanup, and I'm waiting for my my limb bolts to show up. Then I will drill the holes for the limb bolts, mount the hardware in the back. I'll do the same thing, epoxy, back set them to fill them in. Then I can do the fine tuning and the shape and start to make it work good. So the next time I'll do an update on this for segment 3 is when I've got the bolt risers and the limbs here. I ordered a set of Boston Bowes 55-pound foam core carbon fiber limbs. So I figured what I needed, because I didn't have any ILFs, I needed something to work off as a template. So I can get the ILF limb inserts, and I'll already have the bolts, so I'll just need the bushings, and I can make those out of whatever, or buy some if I need to. But before I make my own set of limbs, I wanted to have an actual set of ILF to go from. Every other recurve bow that I've had or whatever, they haven't been ILF, so this is my first foray into the ILF world. So next time you see me, hopefully we'll be a little further on. It may be a few weeks. I am waiting on shipping on the limb bolts and on the limbs themselves, but I'm pretty happy with how everything's gone. I feel that the placement and the way I've been able to make this riser place has just been stellar. Like, it really fits well in my hand. It's got a great angle. The angle that I put for my wrist to flow right underneath the shelf for shooting, I believe that it is going to just, I believe the accuracy with this bow is going to be really good. If the limbs go on and everything is set up how I want it, I think I'm just going to be stellar. So I'll leave that on this note, and I'll catch you in the 3rd segment, and then probably a 4th segment of me shooting it to let you know how it goes. So.